Everyone keeps saying the Tesla Model 3 is the future of driving, the smartest, fastest, and most advanced electric car you can buy in the United States right now. But after spending a full 24 hours with it, driving it in real traffic, charging it, living with it, I realized something important. This car is not perfect. In fact, there are some things about it that most people don't talk about. So in this video, I'm going to show you the real experience, not just the hype. Is this still the best EV in 2026, or are there hidden downsides you need to know before buying? Let's get into it. First impressions and exterior. The first thing you notice about the 2026 Model 3 is how clean and simple it looks. Tesla hasn't completely changed the design, but they've refined it in subtle ways. The headlights are sharper, the body feels more aerodynamic, and overall it looks more premium than older versions. It's one of those cars that doesn't scream for attention, but still turns heads because of its futuristic vibe. That said, not everyone loves it. Some people feel the design is starting to look a bit too plain compared to newer, more aggressive-looking competitors. Personally, I think it strikes a balance between elegance and simplicity, but I can understand why some buyers might want something with more personality. Performance and driving experience. When it comes to performance, this is where the Model 3 immediately reminds you why Tesla is so popular. The acceleration is instant. No delay, no gear shifts, just pure electric power. Depending on the version, you're looking at around 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 4 seconds, which is seriously quick for a car in this price range. Driving it feels smooth and effortless, especially in city traffic. The low center of gravity from the battery pack also makes it feel stable around corners. But here's something interesting. While it's incredibly fast, it doesn't feel emotional in the same way a traditional gas-powered sports car does. There's no engine sound, no vibration, just silence. Some people will love that futuristic feel, while others might find it a bit disconnected. Range, battery, and charging. Tesla claims over 300 miles of range for the Model 3, and in ideal conditions, you might actually get close to that. But in real-world driving, with air conditioning on, traffic, and normal speeds, the number is usually a bit lower. Expect somewhere around 260 to 280 miles, which is still very good, but not quite what's advertised. Now, when it comes to charging, Tesla still has a major advantage in the US. The supercharger network is fast, reliable, and easy to use. You just plug in and the car handles everything. However, if you don't have a charger at home, daily life can become inconvenient. Charging takes time and planning your trips becomes part of your routine. It's not difficult, but it's definitely different from owning a gas car. Interior, comfort, and technology. Step inside the Model 3 and you'll immediately notice how minimalistic everything is. There are no traditional buttons, no instrument cluster behind the steering wheel, just one large screen in the center that controls almost everything. It looks futuristic and clean, but it also comes with a learning curve. Simple tasks like adjusting mirrors or climate settings require navigating through menus, which can be distracting while driving. On the other hand, the software experience is one of the best in the industry. It's fast, smooth, and constantly updated with new features. The seats are comfortable, the cabin feels airy, and overall, it gives you that high-tech, modern feeling that Tesla is known for. It really feels more like a smart device than a traditional car. Autopilot and driver assistance. One of the most talked about features of the Model 3 is Autopilot. In everyday driving, it works quite well, especially on highways. It can keep the car in its lane, adjust speed based on traffic, and reduce driver fatigue on long trips. But it's very important to understand that this is not fully self-driving. You still need to keep your hands on the wheel and stay alert at all times. There are moments where the system can hesitate or behave unpredictably, especially in complex traffic situations. So while it's a helpful feature, it's not something you can fully rely on. Think of it as an advanced assistant, not a replacement for the driver. Price, cost of ownership, and value. In the United States, the Model 3 starts at around $40,000, which puts it in a competitive position compared to other electric vehicles. Over time, you do save money on fuel since electricity is cheaper than gas, and maintenance costs are generally lower because there are fewer moving parts. However, there are other costs to consider. Insurance can be higher than average, and repairs, especially outside warranty, can be expensive. So while the long-term ownership cost can be lower, it really depends on how how you use the car and where you live. Real problems and honest cons. After using the Model 3 for a full day, there are a few things that stood out as real drawbacks. Build quality can still be inconsistent. Small issues like panel gaps or interior materials not feeling as premium as expected. The lack of physical buttons can become frustrating over time, especially when you just want to quickly adjust something while driving. Range anxiety is still a factor on longer trips, and charging, while improving, is still slower than simply filling up a gas tank. These aren't deal breakers for everyone, but they are important to know before making a decision. So, after 24 hours with the Tesla Model 3, would I recommend it? The answer is yes, but only for the right kind of buyer. If you have access to home charging, enjoy cutting-edge technology, and are ready to adapt to a different driving experience, this car can be fantastic. But if you prefer simplicity, traditional controls, and zero compromises, you might want to consider other options. The Model 3 is still one of the best electric cars you can buy in 2026, just not the perfect one. If you're thinking about buying the Model 3, drop a comment below and tell me your biggest concern, and I'll help you decide. And make sure to subscribe, because I'm testing more cars like this to give you the real truth, not just the hype.